Welcome everyone to the beginning of the teachings with Khenchen Konchog Gyaltsen, who has kindly agreed to teach on bodhicitta. And so we're so happy that Khenchen is here, and we're very grateful to be able to receive your profound teachings. Thank you.
Page 4.
Page 4 in the yellow prayer book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Tenyen rogon tukje zongdo so dale longjen dokpa jenjen pongkan jenjen trayen de ma je dade zongwe ngopo jerze berje danzen shewar senje lo ngwe dangem tale yondro shen jengan nesang do wong takje Maintain lende ne lok mendaj perve sanje topar sinje lo.
An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms, if I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain, my body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bonds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Number 11.
Page 11. Please turn the wheel of Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Good afternoon, everybody. Now we have been chanting so much last for several days. Today, you will hear some of my broken English teachings. As we have said this opening prayers. So I take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. And by these practices, generosity and so forth, may every sentient beings free from samsara and achieve enlightenment. So that, you see, establishes the purpose of our practice, Buddha's teaching. That's what we are studying, practicing. As Ajahn Rinpoche put a lot of emphasis about the bodhicitta, practice of loving kindness, compassion. So here we don't have many days. So this afternoon, and tomorrow, and then Friday in the morning, maybe half an hour, 1.5 hours, so much, so not so much. But anyway, first of all, we should understand our mind is very complex. And the mind is not a matter like this table. So you can use this table in a different ways, good or bad ways. But the table has no conscience. No, they're treating me good or not good. The table has no feeling. But we have in our mind, we have a feeling of good, feeling of not good, you see. And then, on the basis of that, you see, every sentient beings in the world or in the samsara, we all desire for peace and happiness. Every sentient being doesn't wish or doesn't desire the suffering, physical and mental. See, this is very clear, very obvious. This kind of universal is not a belief system. No, I believe is in happiness. I don't believe suffering is not that. It's just as soon as when there's some physical discomfort, mental discomfort, we don't want to have that. No, whether educated or uneducated, whether rich or poor. No. And we all just desire some peace and happiness just from within the mind itself. See, there's no need to ask question. Maybe they don't know what really peace and happiness is. Maybe we don't know what really suffering is about. But that kind of feeling is just there from innate of the mind. The baby who's born today is desire for peace and happiness. Doesn't desire for suffering. The insect just wandering here and there, doesn't know anything, but it just want peace and happiness. And doesn't want suffering. So it is a universal reality, you see. Yet, the peace and happiness that we want doesn't happen just by wishing. I wish I have a peace and happiness. I want peace and happiness. As well, the suffering that we don't want, it doesn't go away just by wishing. I have this suffering. Why I don't want? What's coming to me? No. Since that's the case, then we make effort, work, depending to the individual's ability, the capacity, the mind that have, they're looking for solution of the suffering. Just want to have some peace and happiness. Just like, say, when there's a very cold weather, we appreciate the sunshine. When the sun shines, you feel so comfortable. Everybody, even small insects, you see. When there's hot weather, we want some breeze, cool, fresh air. When there's fresh air during the hot day, you feel so comfortable. You see. So that's why everything is we are working from that point of view. Everyone becomes so busy, working hard. So you see, that involves not just one cause, one conditions. There are so many causes and conditions to free from suffering. There are so many causes and conditions that need to put together to have some peace and happiness. See, even just now, even just today, sometimes we sacrifice for today's happiness the tomorrow. We sacrifice others for one's own peace and happiness. So that's the reality nature. But as I mentioned, the mind is very complex, very profound, vast. Yet at the same time, you cannot see your mind. You cannot touch your mind. You see, your mind is very mysterious to yourself. We have in our own mind, yes, I want peace and happiness. I am working hard. I'm working hard depending to what kind of project you involve. Business, science, technologies, and the politics, all in the human level, physical levels, Now this is the 21st century. See, everything is very complex, because of the science and technology. So all the scientists, they're working hard for the solution. So they go through a lot of investigation. But it's all from the physical point of view, not from mental point of view. So there are nowadays some psychiatrists, psychologists, neurosciences, there are some, but still there's a long way to go, you see. So then why was so like because of that, so all these things, and Buddha's teaching, you see, is taught over 2,000, about 600 years ago. Still, we are believing Buddha's teaching. We are studying, we are practicing. Likewise, many other religions, no? So why Buddha's teaching is something special? Of course, we have to respect all other religions. There's something good, potential good teachings there. There are some wisdoms there. But then why we need to study Buddha's teachings? Buddha's teaching is, first, before I say Buddha's teaching, first, as I mentioned, all these things we try to get peace, happiness, comfort from the outer material, you see. Also, all of our religions we believe getting from outside. So Buddha's teaching is, you see, is involved mental, mind, as I mentioned, the mind which is very complex, very profound, very mysterious to ourselves. So their mind, you see, so how you just look at how Buddha taught the teachings. I think, of course, many of you know, but just to remind, as a historical, the Buddha's teaching, the founder of the Buddha's teaching, Shakyamuni Buddha. First, he was not Buddha. He was born as a prince. Siddhartha, he was called, he was called Siddhartha. But he was born in a very rich, powerful family in the Himalaya side. His father was very successful man. Still going down. Okay, thank you. So his father provided him all the opportunity, you see, material point of view. He made such a environment, place where he lives, very comfortable. And then, as I mentioned, he studied all things that exist at that time. And also he met many spiritual teacher or leaders got a lot of opportunity to discuss about their different teachers, their belief system, their education. As a prince, then he also visits his country, people, how they live. He got all the experience. There are some very rich people, very comfortable life. There are farmers, there are beggars, they are poor, some are very rich. So he just experience or see this all people, this life. Then he observes himself. Because of my father, I have very comfortable life. But there are some people he sees who are sick, who are getting old, and there are also some dying. He also observes those. He will not just indulge his own privilege. No. What about their life? How they are going through? What I can do? No. When I become a leader of the country, what I can provide to these individuals. So he was observing himself, thinking about these things. And he can understand if there's some underprivilege of the material, so that maybe these things I can provide. But what about those people who are getting old, those who are dying, what I can do? No? So it's material, that much is not enough to solve the problem. No? So he was investigating all these things, this life. No? And then his father engaged his son Siddhartha with a beautiful wife and got married and born a child. So his life is just perfect in our world compared to. But he was not so selfish himself. He was thinking for others, people in the country. No. As a leader, no, to have people good life, it so much depends on the leader, how the leader can exercise his wisdom, his skill, to make the country better. So he was thinking broad, not a very small mind. So this mind, then the spiritual side, so there's that he studied spiritual. So some teacher says such a luxurious life is not so good. Some says, yes, luxurious life is the way to live the life joyfully. So a lot of information are there. Study, understanding. But at the end, he himself, as I mentioned, he has every privilege to enjoy his life. But he was thinking himself also, when I get old, what do I should do? When I get sick, how I can handle the pain that I go through. No? then when I die, what happens? There's a lot of questions are unanswered. So because of that, then that time, even at that time, that's called meditation, strong meditation. So for the good of the people, for himself as well, then he renounced the kingdom. You see, it shows how strong his mind was. Otherwise, as I mentioned, he has the perfect life. Now, so I have everything, what I need. He can just enjoy. There are so many people around there ready to serve him. But he left. That his father also doesn't want to leave him his palace. So he left anyway. And from there, he went through hardship, ascetic life, to see such a material life is not answer for the solution of all the suffering. Now what about if you go through the hardship? So this all experiment, we can say, investigation. Now the scientists, they do a lot of investigation. So he was doing that, you see. Now, if I go through hardship, all this endure, all these difficulties, maybe we can get answer. I can get an answer. So as you know, he, for 6 years, he has very ascetic life. No food, no drink. As sometimes you see his picture, skeleton, just bone and skin, And he achieved such a profound, high, meditative state, samadhi. One time he achieved such a high state of the meditative state. It's called all-pervading space, reality, nature. He thought, maybe I'm enlightened. But then he realized, not total. No. Because his mind was like a nature of space, totally. Pervasive mind. So, under such great hardship, then he realized that is also not the solution for the suffering. So, now he was thinking, what should I do? And he realized, need to understand the mind. What the mind it is. Still I don't know my mind. Even I have such a great meditative state, still I don't have all the answers. So he left that after 6 years. So then he chose the middle path, the food. So eat just as you need, not too extreme. So then he proceeded to Bodh Gaya, meditated there. So there, when he was reached in Bodh Gaya, under the Bodhi tree, he sat there until I realized my total, absolute state of the mind. I will remain here. No matter what happened. Even whole my body disintegrates, I will remain here. So this requires the 3 trainings, 3 training. It's called 3 shikshas. So first, morality. Morality means avoiding all the physical and verbal, mental non-virtues, and gathering all the virtues. It's not just a discipline. Sometimes we say morality is a discipline, You are trapped. You say, so you are trapped in the discipline. It's not that. Because the virtues are the cause for peace and happiness. And non-virtues are cause for the suffering. So we don't want the suffering. So if we don't want the suffering, we have to avoid the cause for the suffering. If we want peace and happiness, we have to create the cause for peace and happiness. So that's called morality, shila. So that's the foundation. Because when you understand yourself, the cause of suffering are the cause of suffering, that should not be, we should not be engaged. The cause for peace and happiness, we have to maintain that. That gives you such a great foundation of your stability of the mind and body. On the basis on that, then samadhi, the meditative concentration, the karma abiding, equipoise, needs such a great state. That is the foundation for the special insight, wisdom. Without that kind of foundation, the samadhi, the wisdom, the special insight has no place to manifest. So he was totally engaged in that state. So when that happens, when he was in that kind of state of before the special insight manifest, then as you know, so many maras now coming, demons. So those demons, now they're aware this Siddhartha going to achieve enlightenment. If he achieves the enlightenment, Buddha, then we will be trouble. Our world will be destroyed by his wisdom. So they try to disturb that meditative state, manifesting so many maras around. But that time, then he meditated in the loving kindness, compassion, and especially loving kindness. It's called non-referential loving kindness meditation. It's all just pervaded within his being and all. Because of that power, we'll discuss this more, but before Buddha, he meditated on this. So all these weapons, everything transformed into flower. Not by magic. Sometimes we call miracle. It's not a miracle thing. When you have in your mind, when your mind is occupied by the loving kindness, then you find total peace. See, you have no fear. See, so Siddhartha was meditated on that. Because of that, such a great strength of the mind stabilized, then the special insight is manifested. This is like, say, when you burn a candle in the windy, the candle cannot burn clearly. It can destroy any time. But without the wind, the the candle is burned, is so clear. No? In the shrine room, without any wind, no? You burn the candle so clear and peaceful. So, samadhi, it is the cause how to bring the mind total peace, clear, precise. Within that, the precision state of the mind, clear, then wisdom, special insight. Special insight, wisdom means to know what that is about, to see that, what is that about. What's the cause of the suffering? Root cause of the suffering. Directly, not outside, but inside, within in. So this, as I mentioned, through these three training, the training of the Shila, Samadhi, Praja, morality, meditative concentration, equipoise, special insight. Then in dawn, in the morning, at the dawn, then he achieved the enlightenment, Buddhahood. So then he himself understood. So now I'm enlightened. There's no any questions left to ask. Everything is precise, clear. So at that time, then he said, "No, I experienced the unafflicted ambrosia by myself. That nature is so profound to his mind. Total peace now. Total peace, nothing but peace. And free from elaboration. It's total freedom. And it's not just mere empty, it's luminosity. Means everything's clear. And it is uncompounded nature. Nobody has created. So that kind of potential we have, every individual we have, that's called Buddha nature, Tathagata Karpa. If you realize it, that's called enlightened. You see enlightenment, you see. So he said, this is very difficult to realize by ordinary people. So I remain in the solitude by myself. That's what Buddha, he said. He declared that I achieved the Buddhahood. So relationship to this now, you see, the modern scientists, they're working very hard to understand the mind. They try to make the mind. Artificial intelligence, let's try this. Can do something, you know. Robots, they're making a lot of robots, you know, and try to bring some consciousness in the robots. See what they can do, you know. They use a lot of machines. Technologists are using that. But still very difficult, you see. The scientists, I appreciate, you know, really. They're going to good direction. How, you see, they are going through, it's called empirical, investigating on the basis of the empiricals, investigating this, that. Wonderful, you know. But the mind is very difficult to understand. So need these three training, okay? No matter how much you investigate through the machine, machines are just machine. They are matter. They are not consciousness. Okay? Machines are made by the mind, created by the mind. Everything is product of the mind, directly or indirectly. So we Buddhists have such great responsibility for our own benefit and enlarge for all the society. This kind of things we need. We need this kind of technologies that Buddha taught. You see. So having said that, the mind is very profound. It's not just one thing. You can see your own mind. Today you like this so much, and next day you don't like it. Why? When you met a friend and become very good friend, very close each other, you just discuss your talk, so you share your experience, I can die for you. You are so wonderful, you see. Then after sometimes says, I will kill you, Why? You see, it's the mind's trick, We don't know our own mind. I want myself peace, happiness, but sometimes I destroy myself. I destroy my peace and happiness. That's the complexity of the mind. It's unfathomable. 아주 버릇이야 말해. 안다 가져래. 알래. 더 배워라샤다. Okay. So that's the mind, okay, you see. Make sense? Do you agree or don't agree? If you disagree, let me know, So that's how Buddha became Buddha, okay? Not something, it's not the body. Buddha's, colors, girl. It's not the physical, it's the mind. Milarepa, same thing happened that enlightened, But Buddha's wearing clothes and Milarepa's clothes are different, you see. But they're same mind, So that's why you see Buddha's teaching is all about the mind. See, when you can handle your mind, you feel so relaxed. You're so peaceful. Even something goes very wrong, you say it's okay. Because you know the impermanence. You know the nature of the samsara. Sometimes very difficult time that you face. Still you find it's okay. Sometimes everything's so good physically. You have very good place to live, good food to eat, good clothes to wear, you have good friends, but still you are not happy. You are not satisfied. Something is missing. It's all because of the mind. So this, first, you know, Vajrasattva Rinpoche has talked many times about these things, but just to remind, just to refresh. So we should ask, from this point of view, Buddha's teaching is taught, as I mentioned, over 2,000, about 600 years ago. From then, now, how much things have changed? Belief systems have changed so much. Lifestyles have changed. Cultures have changed. So much things have changed. Especially when the science started. A lot of scientists came and technologies invented. Then you see communication, transportations, when this all changed. And many things have changed now. So now you ask, way Buddha taught, is changed or not changed? See. So Buddha, after that because of the request by many celestial beings requested to turn the wheel of the Dharma, to teach teachings. So first, Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths. It's calm. This all Buddhist school, they agree. Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, we all agree about this. And the Four Noble Truths are the framework of the Buddha's teaching. It's the foundation. All the teachings you explain from that Four Noble Truths. The truth of the suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, and the truth of the cessation, Nirodha, cessation, sometimes called nirvana, and the truth of the path, mark. So as I mentioned, we all want peace and happiness, but sometimes we destroy ourselves. Why? To free from suffering, people suicide. Is that true? In many places, isn't it? Why? In the Shantideva's text, there's a mention, even though we desire to free from suffering, but we chase the suffering. We desire for peace and happiness, but we destroy them as if they were enemies due to ignorance. See, because we don't know. We don't want suffering, but we don't know about the suffering. See, sometimes you hear, Buddhists talking about all the negative suffering. I'm tired of listening to suffering. I know I'm suffering. Can you give me something to free from this suffering? I'm going through this difficult time. Can you do something? Can you help me? But we don't know what really suffering is about. We know only the suffering of the surface. On the surface, we know the suffering. But we don't know the underneath the cause of the suffering. So that's why it's very good to see that nature. The foundation of the suffering. In the jewel ornament of liberation, this section of the suffering is mentioned, Kambupa, divided into three different types of suffering, isn't it? How many of you have read jewel ornament of liberation? Not many people read. You read that book, you see the section of the suffering, this is called the suffering of condition, and suffering of change, and the suffering of suffering. The three, you see, suffering mentioned. We know the suffering of suffering, but we don't know the suffering of change. As a matter of fact, we all engage in the suffering of change. We're working hard to achieve the suffering of change. See, the business, some successful business, there are some very successful business, Oh, my business is going so well, so good, everything's good. But suddenly, it changed. Fell, Then, there comes the suffering of suffering. Because suffering of change is changed, then the suffering of suffering is there. See, in Tibetan it's called Gyurwe Dungel, if you know. That's very important to understand that. The suffering of change is, you see, as you know, who have read the books, and those who receive teachings from individual teachers, they explain you. Today's my happiness, that I enjoy my life, happiness, that doesn't last long, that change into suffering. Like I said, today's good weather, which I enjoyed. Next, it doesn't stay always that way. It changes into another. We suffer. Like say, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry now. Now what we should do? What should I do? Whether I should cook or go to restaurant. And I have, in my mind, I have such, if I get this dish, I'll be so happy and I will enjoy. So then you go to restaurant, you order the dish and you got it. And then you enjoy every bite. You say, I was very hungry now, So this is what I need really, And then you just keep eating, okay, that. You eat one plate, then you order second plate. The same food what you enjoyed. At the second plate, then you start getting suffering, That's called, okay? So it's called suffering of change. Okay? So you have to say, not enough. So all in the samsara, what we believe will bring you peace and happiness. do this, do that, do this business, do this. No, in the politics world, in the business world, in the scientist world, you just name it. What the people say, which brings peace and happiness, that itself becomes the cause of suffering. You see, I'm not saying these are bad, okay? It's required, we need those. But we have to have wisdom to understand that. See, this is very important. Otherwise, people say, oh, Buddhists are so negative. Say everything's bad, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know. So I'm not saying bad thing. Yes, we need. It's called high status, peace and happiness. In the higher realms, these are the enjoyment. All the enjoyments everybody is looking for, want to achieve. But we have to have wisdom how to see that. No? So when you see that, then what Buddha taught, whatever you have, Buddha said, you just appreciate it. No. You have just a place to live and food to eat, clothes to wear for this life. Enough, not much. But if you know how to appreciate, so I'm so happy. I have enough food to eat. No? I have a clothes to wear. I have a place to live. That's good enough. You rejoice. That will give you such great happiness. Not how much you have, but how much you appreciate. So contentment, it's contentment. So when you know how to content, then you shall really appreciate, rejoice. So that's where Nagarjuna's letter, in the Nagarjuna's letter mentioned. From all the best wealth is the contentment. And that is said by Buddha. Nagarjuna said. So when you know how to content, so you are rich. I think this is very precious teaching. No? It doesn't mean you shouldn't be rich. You can be rich as much as you like. But if you know how to content, that brings the value. If you don't know how to content, even your billionaires, still you are poor because you don't know how to content. See? So you please understand that when you say appreciate contentment, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be rich and I should be very poor, and just be poor and content. That's not the suggestion. You can be very rich, very successful business people, but you can appreciate. You should content. Or even you are not so successful, but as I mentioned, if you have enough food to eat, place to live, you know how to content. It also brings the peace and happiness. Okay? Yes. That's the second part of part of this suffering. Now, what is the purpose of Buddha's teaching? Before you ask question, I asked question to you. Rwa.
There's a path to the end of suffering.
Huh?
There's a path for the end of suffering.
Bad?
Path. Way. Way to end suffering.
Will.
Way. Road.
Way for what?
End the suffering.
End of suffering. Free of suffering. How to free from the suffering?
Cessation.
Yeah, so there is a way of the end of the suffering. Where, how to end of the suffering? How to end the suffering? Can you tell me?
Eightfold path. Eightfold path.
Eightfold path. What that will do for you? Huh? Huh? If we pass the karma,
we would generate the good marriage.
good marriage.
Our karma.
Okay. Eightfold path.
We practice the eight.
Eightfold path. Okay. Yeah, you see. Yeah. Now the third part of the suffering is sometimes maybe we are difficult to accept it, but it's very subtle. Okay. What do you call this? Our body whole, this body what we have is what is called that? Huh? Compound of phenomena. Compound of the phenomena. Is this compound of phenomena? You see? Well, so what's the difference in this and this is the wood, so different,
There's no conscious. Here has conscious.
Me, I call it me.
Me.
Yes.
So you.
Yes.
So you call me and I call you. This this body system, what is called that? You say phenomena. Huh? Yeah, this is called 5 aggregates. It's aggregates. Pumbu. Yeah. Pumbunga means 5 aggregates. Sanskrit, skanda. Okay. Pancha skanda. And English we say just aggregates. Heap. So what are these 5 skandhas or aggregates? I'm sure many of you know this. But, yeah. Oh, eyes, nose, ears, nose, tongue, and then this. So this is the 5 skandha. Body. Then what? Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, can anybody tell me about these 5 5 aggregates.
Form, feeling,
Form, feeling,
perception.
perceptions.
It's the fourth one. It's like other things, everything else, and
Other
then
thing-
consciousness.
Other thing else.
Everything
And
else. And
everything
consciousness.
else and consciousness. So the form and feelings are not in the everything else. These are foundation to study, very important. I know there are quite some people know about these things. They are not telling me.
Is that 5 aggregate is
Oh,
see, hear,
seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, odor, and then touch. Okay. Yeah. Oh. So these are, please keep this in the mind, So I'm so happy that I asked you, Really, this is the foundation to your study, practice Dharma. If you don't know these things, these foundations, then how you can practice Dharma? Pumungan, I'm sure you know all this Heart Sutra. You are reading Heart Sutra so much, isn't it? You see, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness is no other than form. Likewise, then what? Feeling, you see, feeling, perception, formation, consciousness, you see. See, you are reading Heart Sutra so much, but still you don't have the 5 skandhas. This should be really kind of precisely bring in the mind. I have the 5 aggregates. I am under these 5 aggregates. This form is called form. That's what the lady is saying. In the form, body is a body, form. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the body. It's called the 5 senses. To satisfy these 5 senses, there's 5 sensorial objects. To satisfy your eyes, you need beautiful form. To satisfy your ear, you need beautiful sound, singing. To satisfy your nose, you need very delicious, what we call odors. To satisfy your body, you need touch, good clothes, touch. So the 5 sensorial objects, the form, the sound, the smell, the taste, and all the textiles. These are so, now they try to make rich to satisfy our sensorial, the 5 senses. You see, it is saying that mik sola chape karsa. When your eye senses so attached to the object form, is the butterfly, moth. Moth. What's the moth? Butterfly, a kind of butterfly, but moth. Yeah, everybody should know. more means butterfly which attacks, so much attacked by these candles, light. So the butterfly sees the light is so beautiful, heaven, you know. And as soon as this butterfly sees this light, just without any doubt, just directly go there. In the butter lamp, they jump into the butter lamp and they die. No matter how much you try to protect, will try to get in, you know. So we in the world were so attached to these beautiful objects. We suffer from there. When I attach too much to the sound, so, you know, the deers, there's some wild animals, they like the sound, flute, you know. They like so much. So the hunters, they know it. They play a beautiful flute, and then this wild animal just coming around, and they shot and kill. So our ear is like that. We are so attached to the beautiful sound and risk our life. And this nose smell, well, when the nose smell, the order of the food, when you're so hungry, the food is so delicious, you know, how you feel, you know, your nose become longer. Or you see in the morning, the coffee drinkers, you know, when they smell coffee from other room, you know, their nose just go there, you know. So it's called the butter, the flower, you know, there's some fly, some fly, you know, some fly, the bees, you know, they jump into the flower and the flower close. There's some, oh. And then you see, body attached to the touch, you know. So when there's so hot weather, then the elephant sees distance, the mud water. And when an elephant just jump into the mud water, feels so good, you know, because it's so hot outside. But the elephant is so heavy, cannot come out, you know, risk their life. So we are in the world, you know, we are so attached to these 5 sensorial objects. That's why everything's made so much, progress so much. Every time there's, you know, clothes to wear, to see things beautifully, color. The business people, they know how to color their things to make, you know, beautiful flowers. So all this you see in the samsara. The samsarics, how much we enjoy this. So the form. Then feeling. Feeling we have. Do you think the feeling has a form? Feeling by the mind or feeling by the body?
Feeling by the body, but the attachment by the mind.
Yeah. By the mind, isn't it? This table has a feeling? They don't have feeling, isn't it? This table. No. Even I put this beautiful cloth, expensive cloth. The table doesn't know how to appreciate. You know? So feeling is from the mind, You feel good, not feel good, neutral feeling. And so we are so much engaged into that feeling, you see. Feeling is the mind. It's the one of the mental factor. Then perception. You perceive things. You say, this Dhamma is so beautiful, or not so good. This is big or small. It's called perception. Then fourth is called mental formation. It means all the mental factors which creates the karma. Okay. There are 51 mental factors. These all 51. If you look nowadays from the internet, I'm sure you can see those. You can read those. Those are good to see those. And they create all the different types of karma. That's called mental formation. Ducheba means creating the karma. Then the fifth is called consciousness. Your eye conscious, ear conscious, nose conscious, tongue conscious, body conscious. There are 5 is conscious. Then 6 called mental consciousness. Then if you go to Father, there's called the affliction consciousness. The 7th, 8th called the 8th, Kunshi, the store, alaya consciousness. Okay. So these are the 5 skandha, aggregates. Now, this is the basis. As we are unenlightened beings, you see, as we are as unenlightened beings, and then what we have? This morning, Khenchen Rinpoche told us, ego, I. It's I, you see, the foundation of the I, self-grasping, self-cherishing. So when you investigate with these 5 skandha, 5 aggregates, there's no such called ego. But because of through the ignorance, then we hold as I. Now this, without first there's a label, label? Labeled I. Label means, what's that mean? Yeah, labeled, this called bell, I labeled as a bell. I can say anything, I can change this too. This is bell, and this is Damaru. It's just name, Somebody may argue, no, you're confused. This is a Damaru, this is a bell. I said, no, I know this is a bell, this is a Damaru. You can change, You say good, better, best. When you come to the best, better is not good. You see? Everything's relative. You can change, you see. But our ego is so stuck with that. This is it, you know. This is Namaru. No, I know you are confused. You are mistaken. This is a Namaru. This is not bell. This is the bell, you know. Because we are so stuck with that. So that kind of we are so stuck with that. That means what that means. We're attached to that. You are attached to your concept, grasping. Yeah. And then you are grasping. I want this. They should do where I want. You know? And those are just the suffering there. So if you released that grasping types of the I, it's not saying there's no label of I. There's a label. Even Buddha used the label when I teach. All the Buddha Sanghas, Buddha said, these are my followers, you know. I want to help all the sentient beings. Buddha said that Buddha used I. No, it's a label. But where Buddha used the label and what we are thinking of perceiving our I, two different. Our eyes grasping, fixated. From the point of view of the ignorance. So here we stop there. So you contemplate. We make a short break. Would you like that? Om Banza Sadhu Samaya Mano Balaya Banza Sadhu Denoba Tita Teto Membawa Subukayo Membawa Anorado Membawa Sarva Siddhi Meprayaza Sarva Karma Sutta Zetam Chiriya Kuru Hum Ha 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 Sarva Tata Gata Banzara Mami Monza Banza Samaya Sadhu Thank you. How long? Half an hour.
Tare Mama tare ture mama ayachala punye pushtum kuru soha. Om tare ture mama ayachala punye pushtum kuru soha. Om tare ture mama ayachala punye pushtum Tare
시도 정말 시도 대결 예식하고요. 이제 이래나 Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denoba dita deno Sudo kayo membawa subu kayo membawa anorado membawa sarva siddhi memba sarva karma suzame zedan shriya guru hum ha 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 ho ba sarva tata gata bajrama memuzam barzem samaya sadhu I have explained the five sensorial objects, you know. Did I forget anything? Have you noticed? Huh? Yeah, taste. We forgot a very important point, you know, taste. We all like to eat, you know. One of the very important. There's so many restaurants everywhere, you know. So he said, when your tongue is attached to the taste, it's like a fish. The fishermen, you see, the fishermen, they put insect on the hook, you know, and then the fish eat that, you know, the insect, the bugs, you know. So they're stuck with that. So we all are stuck without tongue. We're so attached to the food. And then we become so heavy. Then sometimes we, not everyone, but then sometimes we become so heavy and we say, diabetes, a lot of different types of sickness come from that. So then what I was talking about now, do you remember? What did they talk?
You were touching to
The five skandhas, you know.
to names, labels.
Yeah, label, you know. So I was talking about is just a, if you know, it's just a label, not something that something exists as we believe. No, if somebody says some not so nice words they use, it just hurts your heart, you know. So it's because you're attached to the ego. When you have no attachment to ego, no matter people said bad things about you, you don't care. No. You see as like an echo. You go to the Rocky Mountain and you shout. Whatever you say, the will echo back. If you say, oh, you are so beautiful, wonderful, so great, you are so excellent, no, you just shout that, and it will echo you back that way. And then the echo has no attachment. See, you know. Also, if you say bad things, you are so bad, you are so arrogant, you are this, bad, you know. The echo has no any special response to that. No. So if you see it, if we treat all sounds like that, then there's no attachment. If somebody says good things about you, you don't have to fish praise. And if somebody says bad things about you, you don't care, you know. It's okay. It's just a sound. Now that doesn't mean, since we have the wisdom mind, what's the right, what's wrong, and there are so many. You need such a discriminating wisdom to see things precisely, right or wrong. So if somebody praise you, oh, you are so beautiful, you are so wonderful, you are so successful, such thing, you just look to yourself. Am I that? Am I successful? Am I great? You know? If I don't have that, it's just that there's nothing to attach to. I don't have those things, but I have to work to earn that. If somebody says bad things about you, you are so bad, this. And then you just look at it. If you made mistakes, you acknowledge, oh yes, I made mistake. I should work hard to avoid this. No? If somebody exaggerates you, so you are, even though you are doing all these bad things, if somebody says you are so bad, and you just say, oh, that person is so ignorant, so stupid. No? And then you just develop compassion. That person is suffering. No? So these things, what I was talking about, the level, So, also I was explaining this thing. So these 5 aggregates within the samsara, this is the foundation of the samsara. For the enlightenment, to practice Dharma for the enlightenment, this also is a foundation. Okay? So we should very carefully look at it. So this is very important as a Dharma practitioner. As you said, I said, why we're practicing Dharma? Why Buddha taught the Dharma teachings? Buddha, first of all, as I mentioned, Buddha has the perfect wisdom to see things, everything, precisely. Samsara, nirvana. What is samsara? Why there are so many people, sentient beings are suffering? Why? Buddha sees this so precisely. That's called wisdom. And Buddha sees the nirvana, enlightenment. What's the enlightenment is about? How to achieve that? So that's Buddha has the true wisdom, knowing everything as it is, and then knowing everything about the past, present, future. Nothing is missing in the Buddha's wisdom. Okay, those true wisdom. There are so many wisdoms, but this basic, this true wisdom, we should understand that. Having that wisdom, when Buddha sees all these things, then when the sentient beings are suffering in the samsara, Buddha has such a great compassion. Even though sentient beings, every sentient beings, they have Buddha nature, but they fail to recognize Buddha nature. They are just doomed in the ignorance. From the ignorance, I, attached to the I, me, when you have that grasping, not just label of the I, but grasping to that, I, then we have I and my. Okay. First you start me, my body, then my house, my family. Then there comes this my. When we have that I and my, these two, then there comes the other. Other which opposes to you. And then there's called pursuit, attachment to the I, ego, is called ignorance. From that ignorance, there comes the attachment. Me, I am, I attach to my body, my family, my wealth, all this. And then are the others who obstructs you. They create obstacles. They try to take advantage of you. There comes anger, hatred. See, so these three are called, what they're called, these three? The three poisons, you see. I'm sure you know these things well, but it's very important to refresh why we're practicing Dharma. So regarding to this, you just ask if the Buddha's teaching is relevant in this 21st century, or we're just following a culture. No? Yeah. So having this, first identify the aggregates. The 5 aggregates identify. Then in relation to that, the ego, grasping I. This I is, we haven't went to university. Have you learned, you went to university to learn I, ego, attachment? No. We haven't went to school. Nobody taught us. You should grasp your I this way, that way, this way, like business you do, when you do business, you should do business this way, that way, this way, So have you went to school to how to take your ego, and then how to manipulate all others? We haven't been to school, university, college. You see, this shows we have learned for many lifetimes Even though we don't remember previous life, but this is the habit. No, the habit, habituated. They say, this English is, I think, very good English. Inveterate propensities. Okay. Deeply rooted habit, difficult to pull out. I know, and you know, we have heard of this. There's no ego, there's nothing, ego is just, it's just stupid, nothing, and you know it, there's no ego, but still, I have very strong ego, When the condition comes, it just pops up, my face becomes red. Oh, you're talking about this? No, I haven't done this. So the ego, that kind of attachment to our ego, the habit, is a very strong glue. Glue? It's very strong glue. Very sticky glue. So that's why Nagarjuna said, as long as you are grasping to your aggregates, then you have the self-grasping, self-cherishing. In relation to this, then we create karma. Then it circles. Day after day, month after month, year after year, life after life. Okay? It circles this way. So this kind of wisdom is very difficult to understand. And that's why we need to study how Buddha taught, how great teachers they explain. And then we have to practice together, you see. Study and theoretically proved, say scientifically proved, doesn't help us practically. Now to get the help, we have to practice our everyday meditation. That's what we need, not just 3 years retreat, no, not just few months retreat in our daily 24 hours. If we could practice this, then we can say Buddha's teaching is relevant, okay, in this 21st century. Just reduce this, just aware everything is impermanent, transitory nature. When I said everything is impermanent, doesn't mean everything is negative. Impermanence is such a positive thing. Because of impermanent, you can change. You see, you can change the cause of suffering. See, the suffering that I don't want. So why I'm suffering? Now, I work so hard all my life. First you are born, then went to kindergarten, school, college, then you found a career, work, and you work hard, you dedicate your life, to make your life better, more, more safe, but still not safe. Then you get old, still not safe. Now what happened? See, without Dharma, it's depressing, you see. So you see, then you can appreciate Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's compassion. Then you say, oh, how Buddha talked, how Buddha has a compassion. Buddha's compassion is not just only for monks and nuns. Buddha's compassion is not just only for Buddhists. Buddha's compassion is for all sentient beings, you see. Impartially, no? That's why we say prayer. When you say opening prayer, what you call all mother sentient beings? What do you say then? May all mother sentient beings have happiness and causes of happiness. We don't say all Buddhists have happiness and causes of happiness. You see, you just look at this. So this simple thing, but it's very important to really penetrate Buddha's teaching in our daily life, what we can do. These are some basic foundations that we can comprehend. Especially in a daily life, when you are busy, So, Buddha said, all mother sentient beings have happiness and causes of happiness. May they free from suffering and causes of suffering. You see. So look at that, you see. Then when we know these things to understand, and then how to practice, then this 5 skandha, the body what we have, is the foundation to practice Dharma. It becomes a foundation to free from samsara. Okay? Without the Dharma, just only involved with 3 portions, this becomes the foundation for the suffering, foundation of the samsara. Okay? So understand that, see. First, these are the simple, very simple, but very important point why you are practicing Dharma. So this is the Buddha's wisdom. The Buddha talked. Buddha taught this over 2,500-600 years ago. Still, it's totally intact. There's nothing to change. You see, ignorance, attachment, aversion, they're cause of suffering. Even at the 21st century, Buddha taught that at the time of Buddha, sentient beings were suffering. Still now, we are suffering because of this. Make sense? Okay. So then when you practice Dharma joyfully, you see. It's not that I have to practice Dharma because I believe Dharma, I believe Buddha, so I'm supposed to practice, but I'm not so interested, So that's why I mentioned, we follower of the Buddha who understand, you see, who got the opportunity, we have a big responsibility. First, you practice joyfully. So how much I got the benefit? See? There's nothing to change. Only the mind, you just understand the wisdom. Refresh your mind. That's the mind you just mentioned. The mind is very profound. It's like an oxymoron, you know? One thing like is too different, you know? That's why the mind is profound. When you have the same mind, when you have wisdom, becomes the basis of the enlightenment. And when you are lacking that wisdom, it becomes the basis of the samsara, suffering. You know? So that kind of Buddha taught us. So this is the base of the interdependent. You know, nothing stands independently, you see. All the dust particles, it exists interdependently. Without the other support, it cannot exist. That's the Buddha's wisdom penetrated. Even though modern scientists, they say everything's relative, but outside phenomena relative. But still they don't know the inner mental relative state, intermental relative state, intermental knows the ultimate nature. Still they are far, long way to go. Because this cannot be, this cannot be found from the what? From the machine. Okay? This can only find through the contemplation. Through the three training, as I mentioned, the morality. So the morality is very important point. Sometimes scientists have hard time to understand that. So what it makes virtue, what it makes non-virtue. No, if you kill this mouse for experiment, so if a Buddhist says this is you are taking the life of the mouse, is non-virtue. So, no, they will say what it makes non-virtue. It helps so many people, you know, through this experiment. Because it's physically difficult to say virtue, non-virtue. But you have to have a wisdom, what it makes the virtue and non-virtue. See? So through the mental power, wisdom knowing as it is, wisdom knowing everything from that state, then can perceive how things function interdependently. Okay. The outer interdependent and inner interdependent. Pratita samudapata. No. So just, you know, that's why we take refuge in the Buddha. Buddha as a teacher. And the Dharma is the teaching. Who talked about this? You have such a strong devotion to Buddha. Then you want to be service to Buddha. Buddha taught this marvelous teaching to all the sentient beings everywhere. Because if we human beings are behave better, understand more, better, the animals are more relaxed. You see, when the human beings are screwed up, then all the animals, they're suffering. See, so all the animals, like fish, chicken, pig, this all just under the mercy of the human being, So this I'm not teaching as a religion, okay? This reality, nature, causality, see? This very important causality, see? Interdependent. Everything's based on the interdependent causes and conditions. Just say butter. Where's the butter come from? Huh? Everybody knows where the butter come from. Huh? From where? From milk. Is the milk is the butter? No butter. If the butter is milk? No. You see, you look at the butter, milk, you say there's a butter, but you don't know there's a butter. Because unless somebody told you, then there's a butter, they say it comes from the milk, but butter is not milk. Milk is not butter. Without the milk, no butter. You see, look at this. It's called interdependent causes and conditions. And it continues. It's not just one. It counts all the dust particle. Yes, we chant this mantra, isn't it? Ye dharma yetu parabhava. Do you chant that mantra? Ye dharma yetu parabhava. Ye dharma. Ye means all. Dharma means all phenomena. Ye dharma yetu parabhava. All come from the cause. That kind of causes and conditions are explained by the Buddha. Ye dharma yetu parabhava. Tathagata means Buddha. Tathagata. Dishinshikpa. Buddha explained all the causes and conditions of the all phenomena. The history goes that at the time of Buddha, there was a Buddha disciple, Buddha's monk. He was so disciplined. I mean, he's walking so beautiful. Everybody sees that when that monk walks on the road, everybody's so impressed the way he walks. You know Shariputra? Yes. One day Shariputra saw that monk walking on the road. Shariputra heard of Buddha, but haven't met that time. He was not Buddhist. Then Shariputra went to see him. I heard of Buddha. Are you the Buddha? He said, no, I'm not Buddha. I'm a disciple of Buddha. And Shariputra said, what Buddha taught? Shariputra just said that. Ye dharma hitu prabhava hitum tekam tatagato hayawatata tekanso yonirota evam vate maha sharmana. No? As soon as Shariputra heard of that moment he achieved, he was free from samsara. No? And he was so relaxed. And then his friend, Mongoliana, later saw Shariputra. Looks like you are changed. I see your face, What kind of things you got? And Shariputra repeated that verse, and Mongoliana got the same message. Huh? Yeah, in Sanskrit. I translated, Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a lot of translations on there. Yeah, there are a lot of translations on that. You just check on the internet. Yeah, you just look for Sanskrit, Yet Dharma Hitu Parabha, Look at, Hitu Parabha, Hitu Daga. We have in our prayer books, Yeah, a lot of our books, we have that. Yeah. You see? You see? Because you haven't understood that. You have to understand. You see, as I mentioned, we know the butters come from milk, but we don't just say, I know the butters come from milk, but we don't know how about the interdependence of that. See? So this is the Buddha's teaching that we have to understand. Basic, their foundation. It's very important. We should not be dogmatized. Dogmatized. Understand? We should not be dogmatized. We should be very realistic. Where is this 21st century? The education is very important, So Buddha's teaching is educational, which is a religion. That's what you study. Then you practice together. It's very important. That's how our lineage is called, practicing lineage. See, have you heard of that? Our practicing lineage. Not just only establishing the view, not just only establishing the system, where you are contemplating, analyzing, at the same time put into practice. See, practicing means release ego, attachment, release attachment, aversion. Reduce this, because these three portions are the real portion. All the outside portions are made from this mental portion. No matter how much you chant mantra, if you keep the portion inside, the mantra cannot do anything. So you have to meditate, practice this, how Buddha taught. Then as I mentioned, then you realize how you can change your life. Life changed from ignorance to the wisdom. Okay? This kind of benefit you need by every sentient beings in the world. That's called wisdom. They're called the wisdom. Shut up. The ignorance, afflicted, you say, afflicted wisdom, and unafflicted wisdom. The afflicted wisdom is very smart. You understand? They are very smart, very educated, smart in the politics, smart in the business, They can be very smart. but based on their selfish reason. Okay? Like making these bombs, all what do you call it, the weapons. There's some missiles you have heard of. Out of ignorance, they made such a sophisticated weapons to kill hundreds and thousands of beings, even within a few minutes. Whereas Buddha's teaching, you see, haven't taught how to make the weapons, but how to purify the cause of suffering. See? Look at this, look at the difference, you see. Even we personally cannot practice so much, but still, say Buddha taught this. Even though our mind was flooded with all these delusions, still we chant, we try to be a little bit better, Not so successful, but still we try, So we should develop this kind of wisdom, meditate, practice this. So this, in this 21st century, we can find the benefit of the Buddha's teaching and can help to many others. In the midst of the chaos, you can have real peace in your mind. And you say your devotion to Buddha can never change because you know it. Takardo. Najusumda. I'm digging if he found some special wisdom, because I'm finishing my wisdom. There's a simple story. Usually I tell any place I go. I'm sure maybe here some whom I met before have heard of that story. So at the time of Buddha, there was a young mother who gave birth to a child. And she loved her child so much. But then after a few days, the child died. And she could not accept that. Love, attachment, love the child and attachment to the child. You see, that time there are many other religious teacher who has some power, who could show some magics. So she was thinking, maybe there are some great teachers who can bring back the life of my child. And she was wandering places, meeting all the different teachers. Nobody could help. And she was so desperate. She was thinking, no, I have no hope. But then she heard of Buddha. Oh, there's called a Buddha who has such special wisdom, compassion. Then she thought maybe he can help. So then she made a journey to see Buddha. And then she explained to Buddha, here this is my child's body. It's dead. Now I met so many teachers. I request, nobody could help me. Now please help me, you, now Buddha. Because without this child, I cannot live. I haven't had sleep for days, no food as well. No. She cried, she lamented to Buddha. So then Buddha saw her condition. Now her child is died, finished. But she's suffering so much. Actually, she needs the help. No? She saw it directly. With such great compassion. So Buddha was thinking how I can help her. No? So then Buddha said to her, there's a small village here. You go around house to house, find a house. There's nobody died. If you found a house, nobody died, bring a handful of grain, seed. If you can bring that, we can do something. Then she thought, there must be. Now today, I got such a precious occasion. So then she went round. All the houses that she went to, she couldn't find nobody house or any house that nobody died. See? Well, she was asking about, you see, if your house, anybody died, no. So all the houses where she went, some said their father died, their mother died, their child died. Everyone is explaining how sad they are, how depressed they are, that. So at the end, when she couldn't find any house that nobody died, now it's become hopeless to bring the life of her child. But at the same time, she felt very light because she thought, I'm the only one person who is suffering in the world. Looks, everybody is so successful, happy, In reality, everyone is suffering. So this also for us, we should see. Sometimes when you're depressed, so things are not going well, I'm so bad shape, everybody looks very successful, this person's doing so, they are so happy, You should understand that everyone is suffering in the samsara. The rich people are suffering, the poor people are suffering, the young people are suffering, the older people are suffering. You should understand that. That will give you such a great opportunity to develop compassion to everyone. So then she went back to see Buddha, and she told to Buddha all that what she saw. So Buddha said, you see, even today we try to bring the life of a child. Still one day, the child will die. And you will die one day. And I will die one day. No? But we have to understand how to die. No? Everyone dies. You should understand, not just only your child. There are so many people in the world. There are some are worse than you are. You are still so fortunate you see me, ask me to help. I can share you these wisdoms. But many they don't have. So then she was totally so happy. she just, she could understand her child's death, and she could fully accept it. And that day she just, in her mind, brought such great peace. She can eat, she can sleep, So she appreciated Buddha so much because she's not totally free from all the suffering that she was going through, So then she requested Buddha, can I follow you? I need to train myself more. Please accept me. Give me more teachings. Then Buddha said, if you like, you can follow. I will help you. So like this, you see. Buddha didn't make her happy bringing the life of the child, but Buddha gave her the wisdom, method, how to accept the suffering that she is going through, you see. So that's how we, in the samsara, we should understand these things. I think these are very precious teaching, Otherwise, if I don't get this, I will be never happy. I will try everything to get it. Sometimes you don't get it. Then you are so depressed. You're suffering so much, Instead, you have to understand how to accept. You do all things what you can. There are a lot of things you cannot do. You cannot accept. You cannot change. So that time, you change yourself, your mind. Accept this. Make sense?
Yes, very much. How about if we know everything, but if the mind is still not accepting?
If the mind...
How can we make the mind accepting whatever happened to us?
Yes, you have to accept yourself.
Like in that case, I still suffer. So that's why I would like to know how I persuade my mind to accept the negative things happen to me in order for me to be happy.
Yeah.
How, sir?
You never practice and you know.
Practice what?
She said that she couldn't change her mind, but the more you practice, you understand the reality.
You should first understand everything is impermanent, including your mind. You don't want to change your mind because your habit, grasping. But you understand it's impermanent. So if you make effort, it's impermanent, it's illusory nature, then you can change it.
Do you think the more we learn the Dhamma and the more we practice,
Yes.
and the mind will get
Yeah, mind can get better.
easy?
Understanding, yes. Yes, no doubt. You just can't make effort. Make effort joyfully. Okay? Oh, I have the Dharma. If I make effort, I can change it for the better. 다음은 또 주제직 누구야? 네. 나. 그럼 저 누구야? Okay. You enjoyed?
Yes, sir.
You have to speak louder, Yeah, this, yes.
Also people in the YouTube, so they cannot hear you.
In Heart Sutra, we
Yeah, the Heart Sutra we chant.
it says that there is no there's no sense, right? It's about
Yes.
emptiness. So if you relate it to your teaching today, the ultimate truth is emptiness. But does Buddha ever really teaching?
Buddha?
Yeah, because if this is all emptiness, and where are we here is also a reflection of our mind, and then we have Buddha teaching us and Rinpoche is teaching us, then in fact, does Buddha ever teaching, or are you really teaching right now?
Buddha.
Was Buddha teaching
No.
2,500 years ago?
Oh, yes,
and
Buddha's-
were you actually teaching us right now? Because actually
Yes.
this is...
Yes, I'm not saying I'm teaching, but I'm explaining. Yeah. Buddha is teaching always, yes. Because you see, form in you mentioned Heart Sutra. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is the form. You see, there's no separation. So first you understand the relative state. Good. See, in the relative state, Buddha encouraged us to accumulate accumulate two great accumulation. The accumulation of merit, accumulation of wisdom, you see. More we do this, more we developed merit, more we purify our obscurations, then our mind becomes more kind of alert, more clear, see, more precise. So as I mentioned, these three training, three trainings are very important. Three trainings are, indispensable for our practice. Okay? So more you engage in this three training, then you see, you understand the emptiness better. Emptiness doesn't mean something, nothing. As I mentioned, everything is interdependent. Nothing functions independently. So understanding of nothing functions independently, that itself is related to the emptiness. Okay, so this is how sometimes we talk so much about the emptiness, everything is just empty, and then say emptiness, there's no virtue, there's no non-virtue, it's just only play, you do what you want. Sometimes they say, if they ask to do what we want all this samsaric garbage, It does nothing but only suffering, Yeah. Okay. Yeah, first, as in our level, very important, the practice of loving kindness, compassion, 10 virtues, 10, you count, what are the 10 virtues? Just those who are avoiding 10 non-virtue, practicing 10 virtue is the morality, moral ethics. So these are the first, very important. That makes our life better. In the samsara, you see, regardless of any religion we believe, if you practice 10 virtue, everybody will respect. Believer, even non-believers, So, not taking life, not stealing, not engaging sexual misconduct, not no lie, not intoxicate, you see, not divisive, not harsh words. People will appreciate that. In any society, So Buddha taught that as a universal, not as a Buddhism. Buddha's teaching is not a religion, it's a universal value. Even in the relative state, how to live peacefully, harmoniously. From there starts for the enlightenment. If we make a chaos in the relative state, no way to achieve, we can achieve enlightenment. Okay, now first, relax yourself. Okay, your body, mind, just relax. Past is past, now gone, you see. Now 3 hours gone. It's illusion, you see, now. Future is not yet here. This moment is just momentary, doesn't stay. Just relax. Just be now. And take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And exhale all your stress, physically, mentally. Once more, please inhale fully. And exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. Exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. And exhale. So with this fresh mind, reflect this afternoon when we started. In these 3 hours, you just observe yourself, how much benefit you got, how much new things you learn, and if they are helpful, just refresh yourself. Keep in the store of the mindfulness. And I will use this in my life. I will practice Dhamma on the base of this. If they are not relevant, then okay, just leave behind. And then, as we have went through these discussions, I will make my life better, more peaceful, myself and others. I'm so grateful the Buddha taught these teachings. And I'm so fortunate to follow the Buddha's teaching. And I dedicate myself to practice these teachings. So with this, then we say some dedication. Please, here you have this book, page 4. Do you see this dedication prayer by Lord Chikdung Sumgun? We'll chant this in English together.
Page 4. glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Shravaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Khenchen Konchog. And if everybody can be sure to bring their questions this evening, we'll start the question and answer session at 6:30 to 8. And just a couple of logistical things. When you go in and out of the dining room, please be sure to shut the door and only use the hot water kettle in the dining hall. Thank you.